Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of quick and important information being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. As you can see right here on the screen, it says Moscow warns of nuclear clash risk. Okay. Now, the thing is that they say that the West's involvement in the Ukraine conflict could lead to catastrophic consequences, Russia's deputy foreign minister has said. Now, this is no more than a rumor of a war, and the reason why I say that is because, well, first off, the nuclear war, if a nuclear, that would be beautiful, right? That would be great if there was a nuclear catastrophic event that took place where, Babylon got destroyed over this Ukraine situation. That would be a beautiful thing, right? But however, we know that these are just wars and rumors of wars because, well, presuming to the Holy Scriptures, the MOTB has to come first before the nuclear event comes. Because, and how do we know this? How do we know that the MOTB will be implemented first before the nuclear events? Well, if we go to Revelation chapter 14. Let me see, in verse 9. Okay, if we go to Revelation 13, verse 9, it said, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark, the charagma, in his forehead or in his hand." You see? And we know that the mark of the BAST is the CHIP. So if you take the CHIP, well, this is going to be your fate right here. Verse 10 of Revelation chapter 14. "The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh," which the wine of the wrath of Yahweh is what? That is the nuclear destruction, which is going to come in the form of those intercontinental ballistic missiles, which can carry up to over 100 nuclear warheads. Which can carry up to over 100 nuclear warheads. Okay? Which is going to rain down upon Babylon the Great, which is known as the United States of America. So it says, and those nukes are going to come from Russia and many other countries which despise this country known as Babylon, which is the United States of America. It says, "Which is poured out without mixture to the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." So this fate right here, this nuclear catastrophe, is going to be the fate of those that's going to have the CHIP inside of them in those days. You see? So if you have the CHIP inside of you in those days, okay, then your fate is going to be that you're going to have a date with a nuclear warhead, which is going to explode at ground zero. Okay, so that's why I say that these are just no more than wars and rumors of wars. You're going to hear about rumors of catastrophic consequences if the West continues to, give their involvement in the Ukraine conflict. You're going to keep hearing about these things. And also we know that we know that this nuclear war is not going to happen over Ukraine. We know that World War III is not going to, happen over the whole Ukrainian situation. Ultimately, we know World War III is going to happen when the so-called Israelis make their move on Iran, and they cause the United States to get involved in their confrontation against Iran. Because at that point, Russia will realize that their interest, which they have invested into Iran, is being threatened, and they will step in to defend Iran. Presuming to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, where it was commanded unto Russia to be a guard unto these smaller nations, such as Iran, Syria, Libya, okay? So, even though it says the West's involvement in the Ukraine conflict could lead to catastrophic consequences, we would love to see that happen, because then at that point, a nuclear war could break out at any moment. But, unfortunately, a nuclear war is not going to break out over some Ukrainian situation. We know that World War III is not going to break out over some Ukrainian situation. Now, we would love for that to happen, but that's not how the story plays out. Even as I'm speaking, the MOTB is being prepared for the masses of the people. Okay. Okay, the MOTB is being prepared for the masses of the people. Now, if we come over here let's go to Luke, okay, chapter 21, verse 9. It says this, right? These are the words of Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. He said, "But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by." And if anything, when you hear about nuclear catastrophe, you shouldn't be terrified. You should actually be glad, because that means that our salvation is much closer, nearer than when we believed. So with that, I'm going to say shalom. So on to the next one.